In a big revelation, Indian Army Vice Chief Lieutenant General Rahul R. Singh shared a key update about Operation Sindoor. He said China was giving live input and data on Indian weapons to Pakistan. Turkish drones and pilots were also present in Pakistan. At a FICC event, he said India countered all three nations and stressed the need of stronger air defense as Pakistan was used China's live testing lab. India and China are once again at odds after Indian Minister Kiren Rijiju said the next Dalai Lama will be chosen only by the spiritual leader himself, not by China. Responding, China urged to India avoid interference in Tibet and respect Chinese rules on the Dalai Lama's reincarnation. Rijiju attended the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday event and said this is a religious matter, not political. India's clear support challenged China's control narrative and is seen as a strong stance in favor in Tibetan autonomy. India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval visited London from June 30 to July 1 for the India-UK Strategic Dialogue. He held wide-ranging talks with UK NSA Jonathan Powell on strategic ties and global issues. Doval also met Foreign Secretary David Lammy and Security Minister Dane Jarvis to review defence and security cooperation under the Technology Security Initiative. In a shocking update, Manojit Mishra, known as Mango Mishra, arrested in the Kolkata Law College rape case, allegedly turned the student union room into a daily evening bar. The batchmate revealed he drank and parties there regularly, known for harassing women and threatening staff. Mishra has several past complaints, including molestation and assault. Once a Trinamool student leader, he was making a college as a casual staff for ₹500 daily. In a major update from Krishna Janmabhoomi case, the Allahabad High Court has dismissed a plea seeking to label a Shahi Eidgah mosque as a dispute structure in the future hearing. Justice Ram Manohar Narayan Mishra ruled that the application stand dismissed at the stage. The plea was filed by Advocate Mahendra Pratap Singh. The court is hearing 18 suits over encroachments at the Mathura temple site. Luxury brand Prada is facing legal trouble in India after PIL was filed in Bombay High Court. The petition claims Prada is using Kolhapuri chappals, a GI tag product from Maharashtra without permission, at its Milan 2026 fashion show, demanding apology, compensation, and an immediate sales ban. A petition has been filed to stop namaz as a dispute Jama Masjid in Sambhal. Petitioner Simran Gupta has demanded that until it is decided whether the place is temple or mosque, no worship or namaz should be allowed. She also requested the site to be sealed under the DM supervision. The court will hear the matter on July 21, 2025. In Bihar's Nalanda district, AIMIM district president Shamim Akhtar was arrested for making a provocative statement during a Facebook live on Muharram. He accused the administration of stopping the procession and used objectionable language. Police found the video harmful to communal harmony and sent him to the judicial custody. In Uttar Pradesh, Pilibhit, a shocking love jihad case has come to light. A Muslim man named Danish posed as Rahul to trap a Hindu girl in love. He allegedly forced her to convert, marry him, change her name to Arshi, and pressurized her to eat beef. She was beaten for refusing and accused Danish and his brother-in-law's sexual assault. Police have registered the case now. In a major decision after Operation Sindoor, the Defence Acquisition Council has approved 10 key defence proposal worth ₹1.05 lakh crore. The deals include surface-to-air missiles, electronic warfare system, and naval vessels. This move aims to boost India's indigenous defence manufacturing and strengthen military preparedness amid growing regional threats. In a major and controversial update, Hockey India has confirmed Pakistan participation in Asia Cup 2025 to be held in Rajgir, Bihar this August. The Indian government has officially cleared their visit. The decision comes just day after the Pahalgam terror attack, triggering public outrage allowing Pakistan amid raising cross-border tensions. Russia launched its biggest drone and missile attack on Ukraine on Friday night, just hours after US President Donald Trump spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The call ended without any progress. Russia sent 550 drones and 11 missiles. Most of them targeted Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Many buildings, schools and trains were damaged and 23 people were injured. President Zelensky said it was a very crucial attack and blamed Putin for not wanting peace. Trump also said he was very disappointed. Ukraine asked other countries to make stronger action against Russia. Russia has become the first country to officially recognize Taliban government in Afghanistan. On Thursday, Russia handed over Afghanistan embassy in Moscow to Taliban-appointed diplomats. The major decision marks a turning point in a global diplomacy and could affect Afghanistan's international status, opening doors for future foreign engagements under Taliban rule. US President Donald Trump has announced a fresh move on tariffs, saying he will send an official letter to 10-12 countries on Thursday night. This follows his April 2 decision to impose tariffs on over 200 countries, including India, which was paused for 90 days. Now Trump signals renewed action, raising concerns of new global trade tensions. He remains firm on reshaping global trade rules. Indonesian rescue team continues a major search on Friday for 30 missing people after a ferry with 65 on board sank near Bali. 6 were confirmed dead. The ship sank 30 minutes after leaving East Java. Survivor reports a leak in the engine room, whether challenges rescue efforts.